Listen, man, I don't want to get too ahead of myself, right? But I think that they're really taking the fast track with Wang Cong right here, and they're just trying to say, hey, listen, let's feed you a couple of prospects right here. Let's build up that resume a little bit, get you some more MMA experience, a couple more highlights, and then let's actually give you some big time fights. Because Gabriella Fernandes is a very solid fighter, very well built fighter, and has some solid stand up. But when you're facing Wang Cong, who beat Valentina Shevchenko in a kickboxing match, very, very close, controversial victory right there, but kickboxing nonetheless. When you have that win, when you're a supreme striker, man, this is kind of serving her up on a platter. Minus 530, heaviest favorite at open, current line, AJ. You probably already see it, but I'm going to say it anyways. Actually, yeah, let's bring it up on the big screen so the people can see it here, because this blew my mind, man. Minus 950 favorite for Wang Cong right here. Plus, what is that? Yeah, 550 comeback for Gabriella Fernandes. So one thing that we know before we even discuss this matchup, AJ, she is an unbettable fighter. We can't bet that, right? We just saw last weekend Bo Nickel be like a minus 1,000 favorite and looked like he was like a minus 125 favorite. So price is completely out the window. All we can do is just talk about how this matchup goes down, really. Wang Cong, man, listen, she lands the right hand, that 1-2 with that left hook check, and it could be a wrap. Fernandes, if she can't get the fight to the ground, how does this play out?
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head, Derek. Fernandes needs to get this fight to the ground. She needs to get on the inside because the combos, the hands, the length that Cong presents, all a massive challenge. But if Fernandes is able to get there, that's what we need to see. That's the one question I had, right? How is Kong's ground game? How is her defense? How is she able to get out of those nasty positions when you're on the bottom? What can she do? And Fernandes, this is the opponent to see those questions answered. One of her best aspects is the ground game. Fernandes does have a very heavy left hand, which I like. But in this kind of style, or in this fight, I don't see her using that. I'm expecting Fernandes to push this fight up against the cage, throw bombs just to distract her, get those hands up high, and then shoot for the takedown and get some control right here. It can happen. And like you said, against an unbettable fighter, last I saw was like minus 800. This line's probably still going to keep growing after this.
Yeah, man, it's pretty nutty. I mean, the only place that I see value here, plus 250 TKO prop. And the reason that I say that is because, one, yeah, she's coming off of an awesome knockout, which is probably, like people are feeding into that a little bit. It's not like she's knocking out everybody that she fights, but Fernandes does have a little bit of habit to gas round 2, round 3. She's very muscular, very well built, and throws heavy. So if you're whiffing, because Cong, the one thing that I really like about her, man, she flows. She's very flowy. It doesn't feel like she's throwing everything into every single shot, but when she lands, it has that almost McGregor-esque snap on it, on the punches. So, yeah, man, I think a TKO is up for play. I think she's an unbettable fighter, so I don't want anything really to do with this matchup whatsoever. But the one thing that we can take a look at is going to be, again, some more overs. So let's take a look at my sheet right here. 2.5 rounds, minus 150 for the over, plus 120 for the under. There is juice here. Now we have something to work with. What are you taking here?
There is juice here, Derek. I actually kind of like the under, brother. That plus 120, especially with how Fernandes does drain towards the end of the fights, right? The longer the fight goes, the more Fernandes has to use that gas tank, and especially in this fight, looking for the takedowns, hunting that stuff. I really like the way Cong uses her leg kicks so well at range, so it's going to cause Fernandes to have to try and overextend for these punches, looking for an opportunity. I can see that gas tank getting drained. Plus money on the TKO, and it's one of the best odds for Cong. I like the under. What about you?
I want to say I like the under because I feel like anything other than a massive stoppage win or a pure domination would be very disappointing for the stock of Wang Cong. So I think in China, you're going to go out there and you're going to put on a show, another one similar to the last outing, but with the new gloves having this weird, it's like, do we even have enough data to really say that it stops knockouts or anything? All I know is the UFC scrapped the new gloves and they're just going to use them till they're out of inventory. So it makes me a little wary. I'm going to stay away. How about that? I'm not going to give a bet. That's the best bet you can make. No bet right there. But AJ likes the under on this one. This is just an interesting fight to watch. More of a prospect alert than anything else. So check out this fight. I want to see what the Joker does at the weigh-ins, the whole entire 9. All right, man. And then, yes, consensus pick, if you couldn't tell already. Wang Cong. That's the play.